Well, for its 32nd year, the Cathedral Arts Project is celebrating another number. The state of Nebraska's 150th birthday.
Wow, local florists have created works depicting the state's history, people, places, and events. It's remarkable how it all comes together.
Yeah, John Weiss came in. He's Cathedral Arts Project volunteer. John, good
Hi,
to see
John.
you.
Good to be here.
32nd year here, but Mary touched on this theme. Help us better understand exactly what it is.
Well, since Nebraska is celebrating 150 years of statehood, and this being January, it's the first opportunity statewide as a recognition event of the 150th year. So Cathedral Arts Project decided that that would be the theme for this year's Flower Festival. We've got, like you said, people, places, and events across Nebraska's history and across the geography. There will be displays commemorating Chimney Rock, North Platte Canteen, the migration of the cranes across Nebraska, and things on the eastern side of the state too, with Father Flanagan and the early events within the Catholic Church in Omaha as well.
It's so cool to me the way these artists create the pieces that depict all of that. I mean, it really is up to their interpretation.
Right.
Sometimes more literal, sometimes a little more avant-garde in their approach. The pictures that we're looking at here, this is not from this year. These are past photos
Correct.
of the show. Take us back. You've been involved now for about 20 years?
20 years with the festival.
So
yeah.
32 total for this event. How did it get started?
Some friends were sitting around in a cold January having a drink and saying it's so dreary around here in the wintertime. Let's do something for the city. Let's have something that will help the city pull itself up out of a dark gray winter. And they came up with the Flower Festival, and out of that came Cathedral Arts Project.
And so the Flower Festival and the project itself, is it inside the cathedral? Is it throughout? Where's
Well,
it
Cathedral Arts
located?
Project takes it, it's everywhere within the cathedral close, which means the entire campus of the cathedral. And they put on events all year long, concerts and art displays. There's about 10 or 15 years ago, they came up with some funds to turn the old Cathedral High School into a cultural center where there's an art gallery, a lecture hall, a gift shop, and a museum. So there's events going on with Cathedral Arts Project and in the cultural center all year long.
And then this Flower Festival, some of the florists have been working on some of these arrangements for a while. How do they do this? How long does this take?
Some florists come in and bring in something they've made in the studio, and some florists and designers come in and they work for several days within the cathedral to mount this display and this interpretation that is inspired by this year, one of the events in the 150 years of Nebraska.
How detailed. I remember the first time that I was a young reporter, John, and they sent me down to cover the show, and I'd never been to anything like this. Okay, well, there are these florists, and then they go get some video and talk to a couple of people. And I remember getting that first look at some of the detail and the precision, and I was blown away by the craftsmanship.
The designers are truly artists, and that's one of the things that Cathedral Arts Project wanted to highlight is the fact that these floral designers, and they come from all around the region, are truly artists in what they do, and it's not just a funeral arrangement or something like that. It is truly an expression of art executed with floral design product.
Okay, let's talk about the event. We're getting close to wrapping it up, but is there food at this thing?
There will be food.
Let's get to the bottom line here. Is there food?
Well, and music and
There's music.
Yeah,
everything.
there's music throughout the festival. There's everything from the Omaha Public Singers mini choir, or Omaha Public Schools mini choir. We've got a didgeridoo player. We've got singers and organists and pianists all throughout the festival and all throughout many venues within the campus. And there is food there. So and sometimes, because it's the most popular flower festival in town that weekend, sometimes there's a wait, and we have people wait inside the cathedral, or they can go into the cultural center, and we have food there with Wheatfields as our food provider. For
So Mike is our resident foodie.
Yeah.
Anytime, if I'm not getting there, he sure is.
Stop by. Wheatfields is a good choice.
I can't survive the festival without a cinnamon roll.
And here's some Here's some of the details right here. But are you also looking for volunteers?
Yes, we're still looking for volunteers, and if you go to the Cathedral Arts Project website, you can find out how to volunteer or make a phone call and volunteer.
So candlelight preview on Friday So even though we're looking at information for Saturday, take us to the and Sunday, take us to the night before.
On Friday night, when the flowers are at their freshest, we have our patrons and other attendees that want to come in and pay the additional fee for a ticketed event, come in and get to experience the flowers at their very freshest, and there's a reception afterwards.
On
and
Friday.
It's
Otherwise,
a
is
lovely
there
event.
a best time to come? You as a veteran at this, what do you say?
It is, yeah, it's always a great
And
time.
it just come, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
just
right,
come to the
Saturday
festival.
or Sunday, and then online, it's cathedralartsproject.org. Thank you, John.
John,
You're
thanks for
welcome.
Great to
coming
have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Have
I
fun at the
appreciate
event
it.
this
Thank you.
weekend. I don't know, it's January 23rd, but it's also